As we discussed, the sample 0, sample 1, sample 2, sample 3, and so on will go keep on sample 15, and then from sample 16, sample 17, we'll start storing till sample 31. So this is actually one subframe, that means to convert into a single subframe. But we need actually to compute our first subframe of FFT as 0, 16, 32, 48, and so on until 121, sorry, 116, and then 128, and so on till 192. The remaining will be 0. So this is a column 0, column 1, column 7, column 8, and then column 13, and the remaining 5, column 12, and the remaining 5 columns, remaining 5 columns will have a 0 coefficient elements. So if you observe the first row of the RAM, it's exactly the required input samples for the first subframe of the FFT16. So by storing the samples in the two-dimensional vector in the RAM, we can easily extract the first subframe. It means while writing the samples, we'll write in the order 0th location, 0th sample, first location, first sample, second location, second sample, third location, third sample, like that. We can keep on go until the 199 sample. But after writing, when we want to process the signal or when we want to process for the FFT function, we have to read the sample of 0, sample of 16, sample of 32. So to get this address, normally the counter will start from 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on. But if you observe it in terms of binary, 0 will be given with the 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, and 1 will be given with 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 2 will be 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, sorry, 1, 0. So if you observe the binary property of the any number, if we that means if you interchange some lower nibble and higher, that means some portion of the lower binary bits and higher binary bits, if you are trying to interchange, it will produce again some kind of a GP which we required, or some kind of a arithmetic progression which we required as a FFT samples. So when we try to change lower nibble and higher nibble position, we will get 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. In this case, 0, 0, 0, 1 and 0, 0, 0, 0, which is actually 16. So in the second, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, which is actually 32. So if we keep on continue, the entire signal, what we record, we'll get it as per the input sample number. But this is also not sufficient. The reason, we need to read 4 samples at a time. And for the butterfly, based on the butterfly number, we need to read the samples. So if you want to understand the butterfly, for the 16 point, we can able to see for the first butterfly computation, we need the 0th sample and 8th sample in the subframe. So for the first FFT calculation, FFT 16 calculation, this is the 0th sample and this is the 8th sample. It means which is actually 128th sample from the input. So what actually we need to compute in the sense, our order should be 0, 128, and then 16, 144, and so on. So if you want this order, and one more, if you want both the samples at same time, either we need a dual port RAM or else we need 2 single port RAMs, so that we can able to easily read 2 different values from the RAM. Otherwise, we need to spend 2 clock cycles to read 2 different values, or else we need to increase the bit width in a single position. But if we are trying to increase the bit width, we can't store the 0th sample and 128th sample at same location with single clock cycle. Again, we have to read the value, we have to shift it, we have to store it back. So instead of that, we plan to keep 2 different RAMs for the first level of optimization for reading 2 samples. since we need to read 4 samples in a single clock, minimum we required 4 different RAMs. So we'll go back to the block diagram. So once we fixed 4 samples are required for the first stage of FFT calculation, then after the multiplication, we need to store the first stage coefficients in the first stage RAM. So once the first stage first stage FFT is computed, the same position we need to store it in the first stage FFT coefficient or stage 1 coefficient RAM. Though the FFT 16 of 1, again once it computed in the RAM, it will be stored as 0, 16, 32 position. So this is in the normal order. But if we analyze again, once again, the mathematical function for the FFT, the step 2, third equation, if m equal to 0 again, the computation whatever we kept, that means now the L will be fixed and m will get changed. So it will be L equal to 0 and m is equal to 1 in the sense. So it will start from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the second subframe it will go for 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. It means after we store the coefficients 0, 16, 0, 16, 32, 48, and so on, 1, 17, 33, 49, and so 2, 18, 34, 50, and so. So if you observe again the row, which is actually the exact position for the second dimension FFT in the first subframe. So to do this again, as like the previous, we need to do the bit reverse order. So bit shuffle order. So to do this shuffling, again we need to understand the butterfly structure. So which number we need to read it, or which address location we need it to write or read a functionality. So the stage 1 coefficient RAM, it will store in the row column inverse order itself. So once we change it into row column inverse order, the stage 2 FFT of 16 or for the 8 kilohertz or the FFT 32 for the 512 kilohertz will be computed with the same procedure how we explained for the stage 1. Once these two are completed, again it has to stored in the stage 2 coefficient RAM. So in this case, stage 2 coefficient, actually we are trying to process 0, 1, 2, 3. So 0, 1, 2, 3, which is actually the capital X of 0, capital X of 1th coefficient, capital X of 2nd coefficient, capital X of 3rd coefficient, and so on. So, but as we discussed before, once a FFT is computed or once a transformation is computed, we will get a mirror frequencies along with the original frequencies. So out in the result, we no need to compute the lower part of the butterfly in the DIT structure, but if it is a DIF structure, we need to compute entire thing, and then we have to avoid some portion of the number. So the second stage or stage 2 coefficient RAM has only n/2 locations, which is trying to avoid the unwanted signals or the redundant or mirror frequencies in the output buffer. So this is actually the DIT, decimation in time, for the FFT 16. So why we choose for the decimation in time in the sense, we can able to easily get the in-order output signals. So why we trying to get in-order output signal in the sense, we can easily compute for the last stage only the A plus B function. So in the butterfly, we have A plus B into Wn and A minus B into Wn for the DIT structure. So we can avoid that A minus B into Wn computation for the last stage butterfly, so that we can optimize for half of the subtractor. It means we can easily observe in each and every butterfly we have 2 multipliers and 2 adders. So in first stage we have n multipliers, sorry, it's not n, 2n multipliers, it's n multiplier and 2n adders. So if we observe in the last stage also, again it's same, n multiplier with 2n adders. So if we can avoid the half of the thing, in the sense, we can keep only n by 2 multipliers and n by 2 adder, which is sufficient for the last stage. So for the feature extraction, when we try to compute this stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, the FFT, again for the sample of x of 0, x of 8, we can read it in the first class cycle. Then the sample of x of 4 and x of 2, we can read it in the second class cycle.